if you were to be signed at NXT, right, at some point in the future, or they had, right, and they said, okay, we want to sign you, it's good money and all that, but obviously they can't let you be called Jimmy Havoc. What would your NXT name be? And I'm joined by a man who has done more violent things than pretty much everyone in my street combined, probably, in their lifetime.
Considering you're from Scotland, that's quite a fucking claim. Yeah.
West End of Glasgow, not the East End.
Oh, okay, that's fine. I like the West End. West End's nice.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah. We'll go for a beer sometime in the West End.
Many a night out there.
Yeah.
Good,
well, you wouldn't go on a night out in the East End. But
I have done.
Did you notice the difference?
Yeah, much different. Yeah, I only had 3 stabbings that night. So it was, I mean, I was doing them, but
quite rude, quite nasty. So, Jimmy, we're in the AEW here. I mean, what I find so fascinating about your career is that you're in the UK, staple of the scene. You know,
staple. Good pun there.
Yeah, there you go.
He knows what he's doing.
Staple of the scene, but you know, it almost felt like there wasn't a place for you to go over here. I mean, you're in MLW, you do all this stuff and stuff, but there wasn't going to be this big national, international platform for you to go on.
I think for me, like the big thing for me has been like I never imagined this to be a job, so I've always done it like because I enjoyed it. And I've always wrestled that I wanted to wrestle. So like I never wanted to compromise who I was as a person, who I was as a wrestler, just to get a job somewhere, because I knew I wouldn't be happy in WWE. Does that make sense? And like, so I'm glad that I've managed to somehow get a job here with AEW without ever compromising who I was and the way I wanted to wrestle. I think I might have to compromise a few things now that we're going on TNT, but it's still like being on TNT as a kid growing up during the Monday Night Wars, like getting to see WCW and hearing like Tony Schiavone commentating matches on TNT. It's pretty fucking cool that now I'm possibly going to be in a company on TNT that is being commentated by Tony Schiavone and JR. My head's like, I know we're not meant to find this cool, but like I'm still a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
So being able, it's mental. I don't know how I'm getting paid to do this. This is cool. I had Jerry Lynn come up to me and asked me for a photo earlier. Jerry Lynn asked me for a photo. That's mental. Like, but I'm very happy to be here. It's fucking cool, and like, but at the same time, I know I'm bringing something to the table. Like, I've been signed because I'm different. You know, people like me, Darby Allin, Joe Dillon, like we are different, and we are what has caught like the eye of a lot of like indie wrestling fans. And I think that we've been signed because they want to bring those sort of fans with us to TNT to show that we can offer that slightly edgier product than WWE.
Yeah, but do you think? I mean, because obviously, like, you know, hardcore matches and all that kind of stuff. There's variations of how extreme that is going to go. For you, is there a challenge in kind of being on TNT and finding a maybe more mainstream way of doing what you do than...
Absolutely. Like, for me, like the way I always do hardcore matches before was like a lot of the time, like I'd want to see what I could get away with, kind of thing, and like how I could create this art in a way that wouldn't actually hurt me that much, but like would still be kind of disgusting and a bit like, you know, fucked up in the head. Because I love horror movies. So anytime I'd get inspiration for like horror movies and like Jackass and like a Bottom. Do you remember Bottom?
Yeah.
Like the frying pan thing comes from Bottom. Like the cricket bats, and like Jackass would be like that sort of, but like I feel the challenge for me now is how I can do this sort of style of match within the confines of the company I'm in now.
Yeah.
And like my biggest problem is like they're not telling me what I can't do yet. So I'm worried that I'm the sort of person to go, well, you didn't tell me I couldn't do it, and I'll do something and then...
Ask for forgiveness, not permission.
Exactly, that's been basically the mantra of my life. Like, do you remember the Progress show where like me and Ospreay jumped off the balcony at the bottom? Yeah, well, that was we didn't tell them we were going to do it, we just thought, fuck it, we'll do it and like see what happens, and it works out all right for us.
How did you find out about the AEW thing? Like, how did it all come about, and what was the process in your mind, kind of, because you didn't think something like this was maybe going to happen?
Yeah, I've wrestled Cody a couple of times. He flew me to Georgia to do a show for Luke Gallows' training school. They started running shows, so we did a couple of matches together. But like we did a Fight Forever tour last year in England. We did a bunch of dates there, and Cody was on it. And he basically said, "Look, we're starting this company. We'll be interested. I've got anything else?" I was like, "Well, yeah, 100% be interested." And and that was basically one conversation. I got a text at Christmas going, "Hey, this is what we're off here." I'm annoyed I said yes straight away. I should have negotiated, but you know, I'm getting to live in America now. I'm living my dream. I never thought this would be I was living off wrestling for the last like 4 or 5 years, like doing indie stuff. And all I've ever wanted, as long as I can play whatever video games I want and always have a beer at the end of the night, then I'm happy, and I was doing all right. But now I'm doing really well. I could have several beers at the end of the night now.
You can have a few.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess in terms of you were growing up, you watched WCW and TNT.
Yeah.
How did you hear about the
not
fact?
on TNT. Back in England, we didn't.
Well, it was TNT.
Was it on TNT?
Yeah, because remember the Cartoon Network was till 9 o'clock.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Dun,
it was.
dun, dun, dun.
Right.
Yeah.
I stand corrected.
But we would watch it on TNT. But for now, how did you find out about the NXT thing, and does it change your mindset going into weekly TV? Do you think it's better in some ways that you guys have got a sort of another show on because it kind of drives you?
It doesn't change our mindset. I mean, for me, like the biggest thing was it shows that WWE are scared.
And that's nice.
Yes, it is good. Like they do consider us, as much as they want to like slag us off in the press conferences or whatever, or the like sponsor phone calls, or whatever. They're scared. If they weren't scared, they wouldn't be putting another show directly in competition with us. And I think it's quite nice because the guys that are going to be on NXT are the guys that we all wrestled together with back on the indies. So I think it's quite cool that like it's basically two big indies competing together on national TV every Wednesday night. We've got the Wednesday night wars now. Like the reason the best time in wrestling was the Monday Night Wars is because the competition, we were all trying to push each other to be that better product. So
change the channel if somebody debuted or returned or whatever.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a weird question, but I think you have thought about it at some point in your life. If you were to be signed to NXT, right, at some point in the future, or they had, right, and they said, okay, we want to sign you, it's good money and all that, but obviously they can't let you be called Jimmy Havoc. What would your NXT name be?
I've never thought about it.
Like,
I don't know what I'd be called if it weren't for Jimmy Havoc. I've literally been Jimmy Havoc since day one of my career.
John Terror?
That'll do. Yeah, that's probably better than anything I could. Why John?
Jimmy, John. Just trying to get something similar.
It's got to be Jimmy because my real name's Jimmy anyway. Mm-hmm. So I'd find it very.
Maybe that would be your negotiation. I'll call me whatever second name you want, but it has to be Jimmy.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I don't care. Yeah, because I'd get really confused if fans going, "Hey, Johnny," you're like, it's not me.
So yeah, we're gonna head off, but please do go in the YouTube comments. What would his NXT name be? But you don't need to worry about it.
I'm not going to read the YouTube comments.
I am.
I used to think I was my own worst critic.
Right.
And then I opened Twitter and looked at YouTube comments. I'm quite kind to myself, to be fair.
You know, the first time I did a video at What Culture, the boss at What Culture was like, just do a podcast and we'll put it on YouTube. And I'm like, but there's no video to that. Okay, fine. Would you not want Adam Blompe to introduce me because he's like your big What Culture YouTube guy? No, it's fine. So we put up a podcast and the first comment was, who is this retarded Scottish guy? And, you know...
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it?
It's nice to get that feedback.
Yeah, I love constructive criticism like that. It's really good. That's what drives me forward. Yeah.
So, what last question I've got for you is, say we get to 2020 and we're all, it's cooking with gas with AEW. Yeah. Is there a big sort of pay-per-view match? Because you run the shows and stuff, but to get to like a kind of show-stealing part where there's a big one-on-one match, maybe for a belt or something.
What do you think? Who do you think I want to wrestle?
I think it's Jericho.
And
Moxley.
Yeah, 100%. Like me and Moxley.
I didn't just want to go to the obvious one straight away.
Why not? Like me and Moxley did a bunch of shows in Germany together back in like 08, 09. Mm-hmm. And we wrestled in tag match a couple of times. We meant to do a No Rope Barbed Wire match together. But Sami Callihan got a staph infection, so he couldn't join the match as well. So they changed it, and I wasn't in it. And that has been one of my biggest fucking regrets. Like I never got a chance to do it. So now he's back. I'm pretty sure we won't get to do a No Rope Barbed Wire.
Can you please record you asking Tony Khan if you can do a No Rope Barbed Wire match with John Moxley?
I'd love to, yeah. I really want to get Tony drunk and just get him to pay for the rights to I Hope You Suffer and then agree to this sort of stuff. Because once he agrees to it, it's fine. That's basically like sign a contract, isn't it? Verbal agreements, same thing, isn't it?
Yeah. If you see Tony Khan, ply him with alcohol and send him to Jimmy Havoc or Jimmy Terror.
Cheers, friends. Jimmy. Thanks, mate. Bye.